Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School, back out here at the Pathfinder Outfitters kitchen. It's pretty early in the morning. It's about 7 o'clock. And I thought I'd have some breakfast this morning really fast. We've got an intermediate class starting tomorrow, and I don't know what day this video is going to go live. But I've got an intermediate class starting on Thursday, it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I won't be able to post videos that day. This video may go up as late as Friday because I've got a couple videos in the queue uploading. But I thought I'd come down this morning before some of the instructors get here and we start working on preps for class starting tomorrow and have myself some breakfast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grind up some just regular seed corn. I'm not going to process it special or anything. That corn is edible. We've made parched corn out of it lots and lots of times. You can eat that corn as is. I'm going to put it through a grain mill. I'm going to grind it into more of a corn meal. So before we get started, I want to show you something. This is from this food mill that I bought from Amazon. And I got to tell you, that thing is designed horrible. The way this is meant to happen is this blade here is supposed to lock into a channel in this axle so that it can't move and spin freely like this, which means it can't grind. Well, the problem is this cotter pin has to be positioned a certain way for that to happen. Even then it's loose. And as soon as it rotates to the position where the cotter pin falls into a slot, you're back out of business again. So I'm going to try to move this thing down and wrap a piece of wire underneath this collar to hold it in place, and hopefully that's going to make it work. I ground some coffee with it and it worked okay. As soon as I tried to grind corn with it, utter failure. So we'll see if we can fix it. The cheapest stainless steel food mill on Amazon is about $100. This one was about $50. Guess what I'm going to be buying next? The $100 one, and getting rid of this hunk of crap. All right, so I've took a couple turns of wire underneath that and wrapped it down, and I've still got some slack, but there's not enough slack that it's ever going to come out now. And so let's try it again and see if it works this time. Okay, we've got a scoop of pre-cracked corn here. Now let's kind of see what this thing does. That's looking better. Now it's doing what it's supposed to do for sure. All right, so when we're done, this is what we end up with. From cracked corn to cornmeal. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a dish called Hasty Pudding. And Hasty Pudding is more of a porridge than it is a pudding. It was just called Hasty Pudding along the Oregon Trail. And it's really just a cornmeal that's been heated up in water and allowed to turn into like a porridge or a cereal. And then you would add either milk or butter, brown sugar, syrup, honey, whatever sweeteners you wanted to add to that. That's what you would have for breakfast. So we're gonna make that this morning real quick and make ourselves something hot to drink and sit down and eat something real quick before we get started on the day. Stay with me, guys. So we're just gonna start with a skillet on a burner here. And we've got about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of water in there. And we put our cornmeal into a mason jar here. And we're just gonna shake some cornmeal into this. Again, I'm eyeballing this, and I can always add more if I need to. But I put about a quarter of what I had in that jar when I ground up today in that bowl. Now you can see it's only been a couple of minutes. And this stuff's already starting to absorb that water and thicken up. I just added a touch of water to it. Thickened up really quick on me there, which is okay. But we want to get this nice and hot so it makes that corn nice and soft. We want to keep it damp for about the first 10 minutes we're cooking it anyway, and it didn't take but about 5 minutes for it to thicken right up. But I got a couple of water sitting here that we can use to ease it down if we need to and get it damp again. Now, so many of these recipes are so much alike. I mean, you're almost making the beginnings of a cornmeal mush right now. So understand that you can do a lot with very little. And that's really what our forefathers and the pioneers and the settlers and people doing westward expansion, that's what they were the best at, was, you know, making something out of nothing. They could take something as simple as cornmeal and make everything from biscuits to pancakes to bread to a morning porridge to something they could reuse like cornmeal mush. Lots and lots of things they could do with that cornmeal. Breading, and they were good at it. That's pretty good right there. Not looking too bad at all. I'm just going to put a tad more water in there. Always good to have a little cup of water on the side that you can use to dampen things up so you don't scorch anything to the bottom of your skillet while you're cooking. This really needs to cook for at least 10 minutes and be hot for about 10 minutes to get that corn nice and softened up. And one of the things I like to do right here at the end is add just a little bit of milk to mine. Get that stirred in real good. I got the heat turned down just a little bit on that burner now. Stir this milk in. Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere fast for sure. So we'll get us some of this out. Get it into a bowl here. Make sure I save some for Zahn. I'm a big fan of honey on mine, so I'm going to go ahead and strain some honey over the top of that. Good old Ohio honey. Mix that up good. All right. Whew, hot. Hot but good. A little butter on that too. Good. Yeah. Real good. Real good. Great hot breakfast in the morning. Stick to your ribs. Quick and easy in camp. All right. This is one of the easiest camp foods you could ever make. It doesn't take hardly any time to prepare this. It's very, very simple. I ground the corn this morning just to do it, but you can carry cornmeal in any kind of container on the trail, and you can make lots and lots of stuff with that cornmeal, including this easy breakfast meal. Guys, listen, I appreciate you joining me out here today for just a quick breakfast making hasty pudding. And again, simple recipes sometimes don't take very long to show you, but they're very versatile in what they can do for you, and they're great. Zahn just hit the camera again. I hope it's okay. And they're great on the trail. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.